Okay, so the next thing you're probably going to want to do, if you're a product, is design some packaging. Now, packaging is really important because it's the first thing that the client sees when they open your goods. And that should be an experience. Probably the best example of that is Apple versus PC. Apple has this amazing experience when you buy their product. Unboxing an Apple is it's like it's like a ritual that Apple users just can't do without. Like, I can't buy a PC because I don't want the brown cardboard box, and I want to pick up my new item. I mean, apart from the fact that they're amazing anyway, I want to pick up this item and peel off this amazing sticker and open up this gloss and this matte gloss box, and it's that whole experiential design that makes Apple so special. So designing your packaging for your product needs to be something that you put as priority, because it can add a huge amount of value to your product. If the packaging costs $5, it doesn't add $5 of value to your product. It could literally double the value of your product. The perceived value is incredibly stronger when people have a brand opening experience. Now, there's also a lot of thought around what they call unpackaging or non-packaging. And that's this sort of like save the world concept where we don't use any packaging because we want to save the planet. That can be really cool as well. But there still might be an element of packaging design in that process, because you might be putting the item in a Hessian bag, for example, that can be reused. So packaging design doesn't necessarily mean disposable packaging. It just means the design of the way you're going to deliver your product in a safe but memorable fashion, so that you can engage your clients well before they actually turn your item on or start wearing your item. I mean, another great example could be a sunglasses case. If you're a sunglass company, as you know, sunglasses have come in the same cases forever. Simply making some sort of unique case, maybe it's leather-bound kind of wrap around or something, something woven maybe, or some kind of pencil case or something. Something different. Maybe it comes in a tube, and the tube can be used as a desk item or something later. Like, coming up with something original that makes sense for your target demographic. If you've got a business demographic, then something businessy is good. If you've got a real fashionable demographic, then some sort of jewelry case could be cool. And it could be used as part of your marketing where people want to buy your product just to get the case. There's an example of that in the food industry. There's one dip that my wife buys, and it comes in a ceramic sort of pot. So when you peel the dip open, you're left with a ceramic pot. And these sort of Moroccan pots, after every dip you have, you keep the pot, and it actually becomes a collection of crockery in your plate drawer. So you're sort of getting like a free plate with every dip. Now, these plates, if you just went and bought a plate, it would probably cost you $7. So it makes the $7 dip not expensive anymore. So this is just an interesting way to use packaging as almost to give people a free product, But whatever the case may be, that design process of designing your packaging is what this stage is all about. We might use your budget on the graphic design because you're going to be printing your packaging, or it might be the design of the die cut that's going to be used to cut the packaging design, and maybe there's not a lot of design on the product itself at all. Or maybe it's the selection of a product, finding a product in China or in India or Vietnam that can be made to house your product, or some sort of manufactured packaging item that's going to be able to be valued by your customer long after the point of sale. So that's what this service is all about. It's very valuable. Packaging is super important. If you don't have packaging for your product, then you should, and you should also consider actually packaging services, because there are ways that you can package services as well. So that packaging could be designed as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical packaging. This process that we take people through is about packaging their products or services in whichever way that may be. It might be, for example, car dealers, when you go and when you go and pick up your car, there's a big bow on it, for example. Maybe there's something unique we could do there. Maybe there's a way that we could wrap the car in something else. It's about thinking creatively about the delivery of your product and or your service, to do something unique for the customer. It might be part of the process. It might be something they have to do before they can engage. It might not be packaging per se, but anything where you're sort of wrapping your product or your service in a kind of thing the client has to do first, that's a form of packaging, and that's what this service is about designing, to make the experiential process of buying your products and services more exciting.